Parents would do anything to ensure the well-being of their children. In tonight's story, we talk about the brazen abduction of 5-year-old Cash Gernon by 18-year-old Darian Brown. We attempt to piece together the when, the how, the why. I don't know that we'll ever get a truly satisfactory answer. Now, at times, I think we feel in today's society that we are desensitized to certain things. I know I can feel that way at times, but I will tell you that this video was hard to do. Now, there's going to be video footage that you're going to see that is not violent, but it is disturbing. For 39-year-old jogger Antoinese Square, Saturday, May the 15th started out like many weekends did for her. A power walk through Dallas's Mountain Creek area, but this Saturday would be very different. Shortly into her walk, she noticed what she thought was an injured or possibly deceased animal because all she could see was hair. As she got closer, to her horror, she noticed that it was a child. She saw ants, as she described, crawling on his little feet. She knew that this child was more than likely deceased. She instantly called police, and they descended quickly on the scene. Dallas police and members of the FBI had to secure a very grisly scene. Cash Gernon, whose identity was unknown, of course, at the time, had had a very brutal, very painful death. Police believe that the murder of the young boy had taken place sometime between 4 and 5 a.m. on Saturday, and many residents would wake up to sounds of police knocking at their door as they would go door to door to find any bit of information that they could, hoping perchance that someone had surveillance footage of any kind. They would also focus on a nearby trail that was popular with joggers and mountain bikers for any evidence. It would be another 4 hours just before 11 a.m. when police would get a break. They received a phone call from Monica Sherrod saying that Cash Gernon, a 5-year-old child, was missing from her home, and that from surveillance footage from a nanny cam that was in the room, she knew who had taken him. We're going to watch that footage right now. From that footage, Monica Sherrod herself was able to identify 18-year-old Darian Brown as the kidnapper. Now, what is the relationship between Sherrod and Brown? How do they know each other? That has not been released by police yet. That is not the weirdest part of this case. We'll get to more later. Now, police felt this was compelling enough to arrest Brown on kidnapping charges and are holding him on a $1.5 million bond where he sits in jail. Obviously, more charges like murder, for one, are, I imagine, soon to come. Now, this would not be Darian's only trip to the home. Let's watch that video. Now, unbelievably, after breaking in and abducting Cash, he actually came back, as you can see, for his brother before getting spooked and leaving the residence. This all happened before 7 a.m. There is a haunting scene during part of the video I chose not to show where Cash's brother wakes up and he's frantically looking for his brother around the room, out the window, looking out the window before he finally leaves the room to get help, to find his brother. And it was rough. Now, Cash had a horrible death, multiple stab wounds with an edged weapon across his face, his arms. Now, when they did a search of the place where Darian Brown was staying, they found a bloody tissue, blood droplets. They also found a pocket knife, which police have taken from the scene. Now, here's when things get really strange. Now, Monica Sherrod, who made the phone call, Monica, whose home that Cash and his twin brother were in when he was abducted by Darian Brown, who had broken into the home. Monica was not the boy's mother. She was the girlfriend of the boy's father, a father who has been missing since March. He left and left his children with Monica. The children's biological mother, Melinda Seagrove, has been looking for them for months and assumed they were with their father. Now, Cash's twin brother has been reunited with his mother and grandmother. So that's the first spot of good news that we've heard in this. Another aspect of this story that just keeps getting stranger. The family of Darian Brown is sticking with him, especially his mother, who pushes back on that he could be violent in any way. She said that Darian has suffered from mental issues for a long time and that he has received regular treatment over the years. She does not believe he is capable of harming someone, that he was good-natured and loving. Now, the case of why the family was at least familiar with him, Cameron Morey, who is Monica Sherrod's son, and who said that he felt like Cash Gernon was his little brother. He said he's cried out. He is so devastated by this, knew Darian from school and was familiar with him. And he was asked, did he see Darian as somebody who would commit a crime like this? And he said he couldn't understand a motive, but evil is evil, and that evil is truly what this is. Regardless of the questions that we currently have, we have an innocent child, nearly 5-year-old Cash Gernon, whose life was snuffed out for no reason whatsoever. A crime that is so heinous and so evil that it shocks us to our very core. The burden of guilt would seem to be swinging in the direction of Darian Brown. Everything points to that. But obviously, everybody will have their day in court. It is innocent until proven guilty. But the main focus needs to be on this life, this innocent, sweet life that is gone from this world. And it was a very evil person that took it.